All right. All right. I'm back streaming. Been a stressful school year, but we got through it. Everything going well. Um, Everything's going well for right now, but we're trying to get stuff consistent. Myself, my health, making sure I get myself back in shape. I'm keep looking because making sure my stream and stuff ain't messing up over here. But that's it for the little things with me for right now. But we're gonna be jumping down into my review of the three albums that this man dropped. I think it was Friday night. Yeah, Thursday night, but Friday morning. But on May 15th. So, but I'm gonna just give you the backstory of how I found out that this man was dropping three albums. Just my brother, shout out to him. He's a big Drake fan, so he's watching the live stream, and he's watching it, and I'm over here chilling because I'm over here waiting. Like, all right, I haven't been a big Drake guy since Scorpion, and ever since other projects he dropped, I was kind of like, meh on. And I was like, but he's been for like the past year now. He's been promoting this album. Basically, I was like, okay, I might give him. Hopefully, it gives me what I want. But I'm over here chilling, and my brother just looks at me. He's like, hey, Drake dropping three albums. And I looked at him. I said, no, he's not. He's like, no, he is dropping three albums today. And I looked at I looked at my phone when the album dropped, and I saw that. I said, no, he's not. No, he's not. And then I looked at and I was like, because I had two requirements. He sticks to rapping, but if he was gonna do the little Central C thing, or having this Caribbean type style song, or these techno, I don't know what he tried to do, style songs, he keep it to a minimum. Rapping, it should be the main priority right now. You are a rapper. Get to your roots, stuff that made you famous, and be a rapper. But to my discretion, I don't even know what I was trying to say. But into my amaze, that he broke every requirement I told him not to do, and he did it more. He said, you said you didn't like those songs that had nothing to do with rap, and you didn't want me to do the Caribbean type music. You know what? You didn't want me to jump into other genres. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to drop two different albums of that, and just to tell you that. And I'm like, oh, it was a third one, but I'm going to get to that third one when I talk about Iceman. But I was like, oh, no, he's about to do it. He's about to do it. So it leads to the three albums is Habibi. I call it Hibachi. I don't know. That album is so forgettable to the point that I still listen to it twice now, and I'm still like, none of the songs, I'm like, nothing pops out of that one. I think that's for like R&B people who, for the new R&B, but like even with R&B, I heard some people who love R&B don't even like that album either. So that album is just not for me. Then, because that one album, I'm not even gonna bring that up and talk about that one because it was so forgettable. So I just labeled it as a 5. Like my rating for Habibi was a 5. But I'm gonna switch the scene and talk about this album right here. This album, Maid of Honor, it's the one album that it told me that, hey, we're gonna stop listening to Drake projects for a good hot minute. Yeah, I was already on that teeter, like I kind of hear something, I kind of not, but yeah, this one right here solidified, and I'm gonna get to Iceman, basically Iceman also too, but this one right here solidified of why I stopped listening to Drake for a good minute, because he won't go back. That made him famous, that made him that guy. He keep dropping stuff like this that made me lose interest into his music. Prime example, the woman apparently on that photo is his mom. Why is the first song with a picture of you or your mom on the dang thing, maid of honor, is whole face. Like, my mom would legit choke me out if I had a album of her on the cover. First off, she's not approving that. My mom is not approving that. Second of all, why is whole face is the first name? My mom will look at me crazy. That what you think of me? And I'm like, okay, even that with a sound, like the title of the song, like, bro, this album, like, you should have just put me, like, I'm gonna break it down to, like, most of these songs didn't care for. I was like, these are so annoying, and he's not doing what he's supposed to be doing. This is just an unnecessary album to me. This is trash. Like, I don't call a lot of music, because I will find something in music. Like these right here, these songs, I'm gonna break it down right here with this. This album, if he didn't have his voice on them, or anybody had their voice on, I will love these beats. I'm a beats person. If you make a good beat, I'm telling you, I'm listening to it. Like on my playlist now, my Spotify, on this playlist right here, Ride and Shower playlist. I have a bunch of like songs that have just beats, no lyrics, because I love good beats. And these were like, some over here like are good beats. But him with this heavy auto tune, trying to go low, really low, trying to go some high. And it's like, and I'm not trying to sit over here and listen to booty shaking music. That's not, first off, I don't want to listen to no booty shaking music. I'm not shaking my booty. But I'm like, because I can clearly say, okay, he made this for the girls. So like, shout out to the women out there. But like, I think this is really for y'all. But for me, this is not for me, dog. But it's one song on here. It's one song on here that's making me like want to lose my mind. And you can clearly see that people like kind of like did this, and then like half of the album was like, nah. You can clearly see that other half of the album was like, nah. But they kind of got a gist of it, like, oh, this is not what I wanted. But this song, Cheetah Print, with Sexyy Red, I do not know what in the world Drake was doing on this song. Smack that ass, ain't that Cheetah Print. And I'm like, bro, what are you doing? I'm like, this is what we dropping now? This is what we dropping. And it's a good beat until like it get the Sexyy Red part, and she just made the dang song that you dance in school to the left. Take it back now, Rod. One hop this time. Like, she just made a twerking version of that. And I'm like, what are we doing when people stay just like taking like cult classic songs and then try to make a remix to it, or try to do like their own variation of it? I'm so sick of that. I was like, well, y'all remember when YoungBoy did a Dirty Diana? I was like, you should be sued. They did. I don't know if they sued or not, but apparently they sued Sexyy Red when she did something like that. Well, she did like a parody version to Bad. And I'm like, yeah, you should be sued. Some of these people in the states are like, no, you're not making a mockery of this person's music. Just because you can't make music doesn't mean you go harm and take somebody else's music. This song, I was in my room crashing out. I think I made my brother leave and go to the other room and listen to the album because he didn't want to hear me complain. Bro, this song was the worst song. Because even he sent me the songs sometimes trying to make me mad. If you were just gonna make an album with this garbage right here, you could have just made me Padre Part 2. Just to play in my face. Like, I have a video of me dancing Me Padre, and I said that, like, if you should have just dropped Me Padre Part 2. That's what you should have just dropped. You should have dropped Me Padre Part 2. But you didn't do that, and I'm like, okay, you're just playing in my face. I don't know what in the world you doing, but salute to you and everything you do, bro. But like this right here, this album right here, Ain't it? Ain't it? Come on. What we doing? Come on, bro. Like that really made me mad, bro. That album. And then I'm not even gonna talk about Habibi, bro. Like I'm not talking about Habibi. I'm not. I don't think I'm saying it right. But this what we're gonna talk about the main event in a minute. So I'm gonna switch back to scenes. This one right here. This leads into my third requirement right here. This is the third one that I said he shouldn't do, is talk about and complain about stuff that happened 2 years ago. And he did that the whole album. He did that the whole album. It's just whine and complain. People ain't friends. People fake. People this, people that. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, Drake. You took off 2 years. You did 2 lawsuits. Just to let people know, he did 2 lawsuits. One for the label of messing with streams and one for defamation. They keep forgetting about the defamation one because that don't fit the narrative. But he did do that. And then he kept just complaining this whole album. And I'm like, Drake, we don't care no more. Nobody, people who are real fans of music and not stans, because this only reason you are talking about this because you're talking to your stans. Well, people who are just fans of music, we don't care. I want to hear good music from you. And I'm so sick of you doing this Michael Jackson thing now. Every time I see you gotta have this glove on, you're not him. You would never be him. First off, you would never be in the stature of that guy. It's people in other genres that's touching higher status than you. You're never gonna be up there with him. He's that, you in with everybody else, dog. You had to peak, everybody falls down, and it's okay. You know what people do when they fall off? They get their stuff back into the studio and work back on their craft and start doing what they had. Or I'm gonna rephrase that better. They start doing stuff that got them into that position in the first place. For you, for some reason, you decided, I don't know. I'm just gonna come out my way and just go against everything some people have been saying and just complain about everybody else. And like, dog, at some point, you're gonna have to look yourself in the mirror. Do you have a mirror at the house? Oh, you do have a mirror because you posted that crap on Twitter. Oh no, that thing that you got leaked on Twitter of eating your head. So you do got mirrors. You got mirrors when you need to have mirrors. You freaky little boy. Yeah, I ain't forget about that. But he do have mirrors. He chooses to not look at them because he don't want to talk about himself. He don't want to fix himself. Like, make them cry. I was like, okay, this is a great way to start the album. Then I heard Dust. And I'm like, no, he's about to complain. Then I heard Whisper My Name. He's complaining. Then I heard the other one. He's complaining. Then he did this one right here. Ran to Atlanta. That one right there really irks me. Because that one supposed to be a great song because you had one of the GOATs, Futures, on there. From a Georgia boy myself, Future's one of the ones. You went on there, did your little people playing with me, just the first part. Future get on his part, beat switch. This lets you know also this whole dang album is a bunch of beat switches. But you get to Future's part. Future starts snapping. Future start going off. I'm like, oh, okay. Future going off. He going off like that. No bruv, not ain't stopping, just going off. Didn't get to Molly Santana. First off, this is the first time I ever heard of Molly Santana. And I'm gonna tell you this right now, boy. Quit music. And I do not care. I do not care what nobody trying to tell me. Quit music. You ruined that song, buddy. You ruined it. You came in here with the most elementary behind bars. And then you just went for the rest of your spot. You couldn't make up no more. To the point you just started saying Miley Santana. Miley Santana. And he made a Miley Santana to Hannah Montana bar. And I'm like, no, he did not. I'm like, who is this guy? I'm like, get Miley off of here. And then Drake for the rest of the ED, he start BSing at the end of that song. I'm like, that was one of the songs I was about to add to the playlist. Can't do it. Can't do it. The shebang. All right. Like, it was just a bunch of like complaining. Then it get to Bees on the Table. I'm like, okay, he got 21 Drake's songs, always good. This right here was supposed to be another one add to the playlist. And you know what this man did? You know what this man did? 21 did was in the chorus just saying bees on the table, bees on the table, bees on the table, bees on the table. I'm like, 21, you lost me, dog. Now I gotta look at you crazy. Now I gotta look at you. He just started saying bees on the table the whole time. I'm like, why is you just staying to yourself like that? But I was like, it's a Drake album, so I'm like, I don't know. What did I miss? Wasn't a big fan of that because it's the same. I should have known that when you dropped this, that was gonna be you complaining the rest of the album. So I was like, all right, cool. I don't care. Then all this, I'm gonna get to that in a minute, and it was just a bunch of, and then this was a great way to end the album. I wish he had more songs of like that and make him cry. But it was still gonna be complaining, but like it was good though. Like I wish it was more songs of that. Like the beginning and the end was great. Everything in the middle was BS. Then I'm gonna get to this one right here. He tried his hardest to make a West Coast song and failed miserably. Think about it, it wasn't a bad beat. It was him because he don't know how to flow on a West Coast beat. He don't know how to flow on it. And this comes from a person, like I love West Coast music. I kind of prefer, from a person who's from Georgia, I kind of prefer West Coast beats over like Atlanta stuff. I just like their style of music more than Atlanta. It's not like they say I don't like Atlanta music. Like I clearly just gave Future props, but I like their state style a little bit better than Atlanta's. But when he was trying to go off on this beat, I'm like, dawg, what are you doing? Like you. I'm like, bro, I just. It was very like iffy to me, to the point like I was very upset that you tried to do something because you trying to throw another dig at old dude. And I'm like, bro, this is not it. And it was just that the whole album of like, oh, you throwing another shot at somebody? Okay. Then it's like, oh, you throwing another one at somebody. Oh, you throw another one at this person again. Okay. The DJ Khaled is a Palestine bar. And I'm like, okay, like that's been okay. Just throwing shots the whole time. And I'm like, but I don't want you to have it. Like, if I wanted a diss record, just make a diss record. If you wanted to diss people, just make a diss record. Then diss people. But not the whole album, because you went right back to people been criticizing you for years now. You've been being subliminal. You just throw subliminal shots at people and not really say their name. You just went back and did that again this whole album. And it leads me into my why I kind of stopped listening to old dude. It leads me into this of, it's like ever since like Scorpion, that was like the last album, but ever since then he was trying to experiment with his new sound. It kind of flopped in some places, it kind of didn't. Then he would drop Honestly Nevermind, and I'm like, no, I'm not listening. What are you doing? And it was just a bunch of just complaining for the rest, and I'm like, and I just don't get it. And I'm gonna get to the point that he even said that people are trying to get the old Drake, but like he basically said that you're never gonna get that, and I'm happy that he said that, because I'm going to say this on May 16th at 8:36. thank you for telling me that, because I would not be listening to your music ever again. If you just gonna blatantly say that, and I'm happy that you one of the artists that could just say that, I won't listen to your music again, because I'm tired of you not maturing in your music. Like, I never seen an artist that would do the same exact thing with some people saying, hey, because this coming from a fan. I'm not a no stan. I'm never gonna be a stan of nobody. It's coming from a fan, and I want you to do well. You are doing stuff that's making me not like your music, and you're doing that to yourself, bro. So till this day, this will be my last time listening to you, brother. It was always 1B, there was always 1A, 1B, and 1C. You're 2. And Cole and J. Cole, it's 1B, it's 1A and 1B. You're 2. It is bumped to big 3, because it's not a big 3 no more. It's a big 2, and you're out of it. But that's my thoughts and opinion and review on this album. If you have any other, opinions, or you think I'm just blatantly wrong, let me know in my comment section. Tell me how I should be taking this in this album. Is this a classic to me? I hear people saying this is an instant classic. Oh, also too, if this is gonna be my last thing, I'm gonna end the video, but I'm gonna still carry on the string. If he dropped 3 albums to get out his so-called deal because he trying to pull a Frank Ocean, that don't give you the right to drop bad music. I do not care. I don't care if Frank Ocean did it. I will get mad at Frank Ocean. At the time, I didn't know Frank Ocean. But I don't care. You dropped 41 songs. And not now one of them. It's like what most people can pull. Yeah, I don't care. I don't care you trying to get out your deal. A deal that you signed, you just upset they won't pay you the money you want. Because you haven't been that guy in years now. And it's okay, brother. Just finish your deal, go independent, and go do your thing. Pull a T-Pain, go independent, bro. T-Pain is still having his best life. And that's all you have to do. But that's it for this video. And yeah, I'll see you.